Hello friends, how are you? How are your studies going on? सेल्स एंड डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन मैनेजमेंट की कैसी तैयारी चल रही है? तो अब ये लास्ट हमारा सेशन है। इसके बाद हमारा ये सब्जेक्ट कंप्लीट हो जाता है। सो थैंक यू वेरी मच फॉर गिविंग योर टाइम एंड लिसनिंग पेशेंटली. Please must write anything you want apart from this. I will try to put those subjects also here in YouTube. So this is my 40th lesson. This is your motivation only that I could do this. Thank you very much for your support. So today I am going to teach you some more this new marketing trend, that is barcoding and RFID. Last lesson I had explained you EDI, that was electronic data interchange. Now barcoding and RFID, these two things I will explain you. Hmm? ये क्या है barcodes? तो barcodes also called universal product code, an item identifier, and is made up of series of bars and spaces which can represent an alphanumeric identification of the desired parameters scanned by a special device, that is optical character recognition device. So this you are seeing no here in my slide, this right side on the top, what is there? This bar is there, no, that any product can be identified with this bar lines. So some thin lines are there, some thick lines are there, like that. It is a combination of so many lines, and with this the computer is identifying a particular product. ये एक आइडेंटिफायर है, मतलब ये किसी भी प्रोडक्ट का किसी भी कंडीशन में अगर आप वो लेते हो तो दैट स्टेटस इट इज गिविंग यू. स्पेशली इन प्रोडक्शन ऑफ व्हाट हैपेंस, देयर आर सो मेनी प्रोसेसेस आर देयर. सपोज कटिंग इज देयर फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल, then it again grinding is there, then again milling is there, something. Grinding will come after milling only. Cutting, milling, grinding, then again suppose some drilling, something like that. So three, four operations are there, and each operation is done by different person and on different machines. So if any mistake happens in the process sequence, this can explain that who had done. How? Suppose three operations are there, three persons have done, three different persons, different days and times. So all that will be recorded in this bar. In this bar chart, this barcode, no? By scanning that, you can understand that who had done and at on which machine, on which day. There could be some different problem. That man and machine problem may not be there because of some this electricity fluctuation. It could happen. So you can identify that day was there any fluctuation or not, or was it because of carelessness of the operator, or was it a wrong process, a wrong tool was used. So anything can be analyzed by seeing this barcode. So what all some features you can understand, what applications are there. One is receipt of incoming material in a plant, purchase order number, supplier, lot number, date of delivery. Whenever you give order, you place the order to supplier. Supplier is supplying you parts or that raw material, semi-finished, anything they are supplying. And in the final assembly, you are seeing there is some defect. So how will you identify which supplier had supplied this item? So whatever the item comes, this barcode is generated. And at the time of assembly, if you find there is any problem, by scanning that, immediately you can come to know that from which plant it had come, and then which purchase order was there, who was the supplier, what was the lot number. So that supplier can also identify who had made mistake while making the lot or making the product, or uh, during delivery, who has done it, it can be identified very easily. तो है ना ये काम की चीज. सेकंड है, व्हाट इज दैट सेकंड? tracking of inventory of the stores for better materials management using part numbers, storage location number, and help reduce transaction times. तो इन्वेंट्री जो आप प्रोडक्ट रख रहे हो उसका भी आप पार्ट नंबर देते हो और दैट पार्ट नंबर कैन बी जनरेटेड विद दिस बार कोड. So that can be identified which location it was lying, that also you can understand it. And that what happens, that if you identify the product with this number, it is also giving in which location it has to be there. So transportation, the transporter need not ask the store people that where it has to go. It is already there in that, so it is reducing the time. Then picking of inventory in a store location, check by SKU. In that semi knockdown unit, semi knockdown unit होता है ना, मतलब product is not complete, it is incomplete. तो अब उसमें इन्वेंट्री चाहिए, मतलब उसमें कुछ आइटम्स चाहिए जो आपको लगाना है, तो इट इज़ नॉट कंप्लीट. सो इट विल टेल, this identification will explain which item from which location has to come. So this is also helpful. This is also helpful. Then fourth is use on the production lines for identifying products made in different shifts. In production lines, you can identify the product in which shift it was made. So just identification, just now I had explained you in detail just now. Same thing it is written that in production line it will be helpful to analyze where the mistakes had happened. Or even if good things also, not only the bad things, good things also you should analyze how is what doing very efficiently. So next is better and faster quality control of the selected item. If you know where the mistakes are happening, you can control it and then the better quality can be achieved. Now next is RFID, radio frequency identification. There what was there? You were generating barcodes and that was scanned and you could study that where it was manufactured, who had packed it, who had sent it, where it was stored, and who had assembled it. Any mistake happens, then you can identify who has done what. Here it is not a barcode, but it is a transponder. Transponder is receiving all that data that who had done all the processes, and with that only you are identifying the product, you are identifying the person who is responsible for that. So ability to track items, people, equipment, etc. in real time without the need for contact or line of sight. Without contacting the person, without contacting the supervisor, you can understand by this RFID that who had done the process or which machine was utilized when it was done. Whatever the data you are getting in barcode, same thing you will get it here. Only thing is there it was barcode, here it is radio frequency. RFID tag is a transponder containing data like a serial number of the item of the component. It is transponder. In that only the data is stored. And with that you identify the product. It transmits information carried on wirelessly when placed in a radio transmission field of reader. A reader is a radio transmitter that continuously keeps sending out an electromagnetic pulse. Here what happens, whatever you are doing, it is connected to the radio and it transmits the information wirelessly to a radio and it will be received by the reader, and reader can understand whatever has happened in their codes, and you can read that by playing that radio. Understood? So here everything is happening, nothing is physically visible. You can listen, you can understand, or you can read that. You can read that. कि अ, कहाँ पर क्या हुआ. Suppose in sales, after finishing the goods, it is going to warehouse. So who had packed it? What material was used while for packing? Which transporter has transported? In which warehouse it was stored? And from which warehouse it was shifted to which distributor? From distributor to wholesaler, retailer, everything you can understand, learn from this RFID. Mainly it is in production shop only. RFID was adopted by one of the oldest dairies in Western India over 10 years ago to keep track of their cattle, their feeding habits, health problems, etc. And it helped the dairy company to increase the milk yield 3 to 4 times that of national average. So एक डेयरी कंपनी, डेयरी वेस्टर्न इंडिया का एक डेयरी कंपनी है, वो सबसे पुराना, वो 10 साल पहले दे यूज दिस RFID टेक्नोलॉजी. है ना. So this technology was used by them and it was very successful. They could understand the cattle problems. कैटल को क्या देना है, क्या फीड करना है, और उससे क्या यील्ड होगा. तो उसको क्या बीमारी नहीं होनी चाहिए, उसको उसकी हैबिट्स क्या है, तो उसको अंडरस्टैंड करने के लिए भी दैट some machine was there, that RFID was there, and through that they could understand which cattle was needing what kind of food, that the feeding habits they could understand. Their health problem, that is the biggest problem. They should not suffer any health problem. Otherwise, one will one will fall ill. It will affect the other cattle also. So your total business will be hampered. So that is the thing. You should be very much aware in advance. You should know that who is becoming sick. So this is giving you fast information, and through that, that company could increase the yield of milk 3 to 4 times of that of national average. So it was a grand success, and RFID is very modern technology. Although it is very very costly, but it is very very costly compared to barcoding. So it is not very much popular, but this is also one of the way. But in things like security, where cost is not a mainly main thing, means not a main parameter. If security for the national level, you want to maintain that, in that it will be very much useful. In that arms, ammunition, where it is manufactured for the government, that there also it will be used. So there where you want to keep a lot of secrecy and want to inform in time, in and accuracy is also required. So in advance you can get the alerts also. So this is very much useful. This is modern technology, that RFID. Thank you very much. How was the session? Please must write in the comment box and suggest if anything is required. So this way we have completed this sales and distribution management complete subject. Although lot of things are left over, you will have to read on your own also. You open your book, textbook, read those things, whatever is left over. If any problem is there, you can write the comment box. Again I will again make one lesson for you if anything I get the feedback from you. Thank you very much.